Shalawam, shalawam, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahawashai, Ba'asham Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kiam. Once again, another day, another video, and you see right now, Esau Edom is making a really heavy push for, you know, the NWO. This is the algorithm for the MOTB, and for some strange reason, the elites of Esau Edom have set their sights on Nigeria, right, in order to push the whole mark of the beast, the agenda heavily here in Africa, because it's a global agenda they want to push throughout the four corners of the earth, okay, and they have different you know, methods to push it all over the world, because at the end of the day, just like it is written in Revelation 13, verse 16, the MOTB, which is exactly what this cryptocurrency is all about, okay? It's all, infrastructures being set up before you change up and create bring in a new system on the earth. First thing you have to do is to set up the infrastructure to support that system. And part of that infrastructure includes, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and so on and so forth. Okay. And the thing that is really I'm really curious about is why the heavy focus on Nigeria, okay, and other parts of Africa as well are on the same path, pushing the cashless society, pushing cryptocurrency. And what you have now is that the Nigerian government has decided to change its mind on the use of cryptocurrency, because if you remember in the past, it was actually banned from being traded here in Nigeria. It was illegal to trade it, okay, but now they're deciding to lift that ban. And this is the title of the headline right here: Nigeria set to pass bill recognizing Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The slated law comes as Nigeria's e-naira has only managed to obtain the 0.5% adoption rate, a little more than a year after its launch in October 2021. And of course, Nigeria has its own CBDC. We've already did that video and we've already discussed it and got into it. Of course, the CBDCs that are being released throughout the earth are not being received very well, okay? Because the people aren't interested in, this digital system, or this digital currency for now at least, okay? Because that Esau Edom still has a little trick up on his sleeve in order to push this digital currency on the people, because it is a part of prophecy that at the end of the day, the only way to buy or to sell, the only way to purchase, right, to make your transactions would be through the MOTB. And the only way that will be possible for all transactions to only be through the MOTB, which is the implantable microchip, is for digital currency to be the only method of transactions or of trade. So now, continue on in the article. The Nigerian government will reportedly soon pass a law that will recognize the usage of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a means to keep up to date with global practices. And that's right. And the global practices, the Great Reset, the NWO agenda of Esau Edom. Because even here in Nigeria, here in Africa, all right, this far in the world, right, where for the most part, the people here are both Jake, the heathen, and everybody else are being ignored by the rest of the world. Even Esau Edom is still in control of this continent, okay, because even the scriptures tell you that the earth as a whole is given into the hand of the wicked, and that wicked being Esau Edom. You have to remember that the continent of Africa was named so by Leo Scipio Africanus, okay, a Roman general, an Edomite. And the Edomites have continued their rule over this continent and over the whole circumference of the world. And now what they are pushing is the MOTB, and part of the infrastructure for the MOTB, the transaction, okay, the system of transaction, the system to buy or sell, to trade using the MOTB is this cryptocurrency, is this digital currency, to carry the money from being physical with your fiat, okay, and move it to digital with your wire transactions, right? your Venmo and Cash Apping, and then ultimately, your cryptocurrency, your digital currencies, your CBDC currency, or whatever new form of payment that Esau Edom will introduce. Okay, now continuing on with the article. This news was reported by Nigerian-based masthead Punch newspaper on December 18th, following an interview with the House of Representative Committee on Capital Markets Chairman Babangida Ibrahim. The report stated that if the Investment and Securities Act 2017 Amendment Bill is signed into law, it would allow the Local Securities and Exchange Commission to recognize cryptocurrency and other digital funds as capital for investment. Okay, we have another article here as well going into the exact same thing, and now we are seeing the whole world warming up more and more to this, digital currency, with different nations already having an established CBDC, which is your central bank digital currency, and different nations, developing it. Okay, states still being in development. You have other nations that are still mulling it over, right? I believe China has a CBDC. Ghana has a CBDC now. Nigeria definitely has a CBDC. Um, Other major parts of the world for the US and Europe being the UK. Okay, I'm not really too sure about that, but eventually you will see but you already know that cashless payments, okay, contact payments, okay, digital payments are being implemented all throughout the earth, and even in some parts of the world, actual payments with the MOTB, the mark, is already going on right now as we speak. Okay, the only thing that is left is for a mandate to go forth that no man can buy or sell save he that had the mark. But people are already buying and selling using the mark. Okay. So now the article: inside Nigeria's ambitious push of cashless society, e-Naira CBDC. Nigeria's push to adopt digital currency and move towards a cashless society shifted into high gear on December the 6th, when the country's central bank announced a cap on cash withdrawals, either over the counter or via ATMs. The new policy affects more than 200 million people, and its impact could be far-reaching and dramatically unpredictable. And actually, we are pushing more for the use of digital payments by cutting off by cutting off the ability to withdraw cash. Once again, the algorithm of the MOTB, the gradualism, okay, gradualism to nudge the people, to push you into being more accepting of these digital forms of payment, and eventually being more accepting of digital alternatives for currency. And eventually, that's when Esau comes in with this sleek new gadget is the size of a grain of rice. All you need to do is just have it, not even surgically, just have it injected into your body. You've already injected things into your body before. Just have it put in there, and lo and behold, you know, and lo and behold, now you can pay, you can pay for things without, by just a swipe of your finger. You can open your locks, just a swipe of your finger, and so many other, you know, conveniences. Okay, so now continuing on, the Central Bank of Nigeria said in a memo to deposit money, banks that withdrawals should not exceed 100,000, that is $225 approximately per week for individuals, and 500,000, $1,000 for businesses. ATM withdrawals will be capped at 20,000 per day, with cash machines only issuing 200,000 notes and smaller denominations. And once again, to promote digital payments. Okay, so now we go to the scriptures, and you can clearly see how these devils are plotting for the future, plotting to Slovakia got cut off there. But back to what I was saying, you can clearly see how these devils are plotting for the future, plotting to bring in their new world order, because that's what this is ultimately about, trying to push their agenda all upon the earth, which is of course the NWO. right? To have all the people all over the world chipped. You have to remember that, if you recall the reference to the interview that John D. Rockefeller, I believe, did it Aaron Russo, say all the way back in the 20th century, right? The plan is for all people, everybody, rich and poor, free and bond, old and young, to be sea hipped, okay? And that would be the Esau Edom's source of control. Unfortunately, we can't go and get that in Revelation 13, verse 16. But what I'll go and get instead is in the book of, I believe that should be the book of Job 20. Okay, going into Esau's agenda. Because at the end of the day, they do have a plan. Okay, they do want something to come upon the earth. Let me get that. All right, so this is the book of Job 20, and I'll start from verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So we know that Esau, Edom, and his NWO agenda is not going to come to pass, because just as he's about to succeed, as the finishing touches are being put on his agenda, on his plan, we know that our Lord Yahushua will come and reign on his parade, and that's when the deliverance will come to pass, because we know that the elect will be delivered in the midst of Jacob's trouble, in the midst of World War III, in the midst of the sea heap being pushed on the earth. Okay, and all his plans will fall, all his plans will fall apart, because the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, will, they'll basically, um I don't know the word I'm looking for, but foil. Okay, he will foil, all of the plans that Esau Edom has. Okay, because these devils, even the scriptures tell you that these devils have a set time to rule on the earth. Okay, and until that time, let me just get that. 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 Yes, it. Ooh, that's the wrong precept, but that's okay. That's the wrong precept. Yeah, wrong precept. Once you get a precept going into, that's the wrong precept. And that should be the book of Daniel, the second chapter or seventh chapter. You have to bear with me. That was the wrong precept. Okay. You know what? I'll just end the video right here. So with that, I'll end the video right here. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahawashai, Ba'asham, Racha, Kodash, Wa, Abad, Babal, and through the Spirit, I'll be Akim and Yakwata edified. Shalom.